Which leadership skills and approaches are effective at this uncertain time? How can we lead if we cannot predict what is going to happen? The pandemic has raised many challenges to our education system, yet it also presents an opportunity to reevaluate the delivery of education and schooling by those in educational leadership positions. I am Ms. Angelita Maria Achuela, and my topic is virtual instructional leadership. I am honored to be a part of the series of seminars that would help the instructional leaders to have the right tools for the task and in taking on the challenge. Indeed, the words of the 35th US President John F. Kennedy resonates. Leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. We are all lifelong learners. At this point, allow me to begin by sharing the 7 steps to effective instructional leadership from the book of the same title written by Elaine K. McEwan. I find her list very practical and relevant to both virtual and face-to-face engagement. Let us go through them one by one. According to the book, leaders should establish, implement, and achieve academic standards. This means having a strong vision of where the school is headed, having realistic, measurable goals to fulfill the vision, and shaping rigorous curriculum to meet the standards and vision. Second, leaders should be an instructional resource for their staff, which could be done through collaboration and cooperation and communication. Collaboration is not just a matter of presence. It is providing everyone the niche to fill and the role to play in the achievement of our goals. Third, leaders should create a school culture and climate conducive to learning. Thus, promote inclusion, sending the message that all students matter and not focus on the high achievers alone. Technology will not hinder us from making our students feel that we are concerned. It can be through the plan that we implement, our visual classroom engagement, and the quality of the activities we provide them. Build a virtual community with them. Provide them with what is to be taken up and how you and them will go about it, and never waste their time. They should be provided with essential and practical learnings, and let us get feedbacks and use them for self and professional assessment. Shown also are that we should set high expectations for learning and be tuned to the needs of the students and the staff. And of course, talk to them, not at them. Proceeding fourth, communicate the vision and mission of the school. This is very important. This means involving stakeholders and getting them to buy in, being visible and accessible, being a role model, and by communicating and staying connected. This could augment our task or our lack of personal engagement. And then fifth, set high expectations for the staff and yourself. Observe and then don't forget to provide feedback. And of course, stay on top of the best practices. Sixth, develop teacher leaders. Give teachers the opportunity to lead, support their leadership efforts. And remember, true leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders. Interesting. And lastly, develop and maintain positive relationships with students, staff, and parents. We should talk to the parents and to the community. Celebrate and share success. Recognize people's efforts and always listen to what they have to say. Our sudden shift from face to face to virtual learning brought some additional challenges to the already challenging role the leaders play. As I was looking for readings about virtual instructional leadership, I came across a fascinating article written by Douglas Konopelko of EdTech, focused on K to 12, containing tips about leading through virtual and hybrid learning. Leadership became very different for school administrators today. Their task now involves adapting to an environment where digital tools and virtual communications and collaborations became the norm. This is never easy, but could still provide a great opportunity for school leaders to embrace innovative learning and teaching methods. The following suggestions may be a great starting point. Now, these practices fall into three main brackets, and they are shown through symbols. Okay? The first one, supporting the work. Two, upgrading the culture. And three, practicing self-care. The first one is let it go. Very familiar, very famous as well. School leaders would have to let go of some of their leadership methods. A time to be flexible. Going back to the way we used to be before may not be an option, not even in the future. So let us just say the old doesn't bother me anyway. The second one represents fill in the blanks. Leaders should employ important communication and check-in guidelines and never leave blanks. Third, virtual meetings. Run effective virtual meetings. Respect the norms and the protocols. Make sure that the participants know their way around the tools. And of course, after that, small groups. Embrace small groups and one-on-one meetings. Large meetings, to be effective, must be accompanied by breakout sessions. Fifth, over communicate success. You heard it right. Over communicate success. It is very important to share success. Then, manage expectations. We went through a big shift. Teaching, learning, leading, clarify expectations. Open communications. Do not assume that changes are automatically understood. Also, acknowledge discomfort. Reach out. Provide appropriate support. Let them know that they are supported. And lastly, stay connected, but don't forget to unplug. Work-life balance is very important. Mental health and wellness can help prevent burnout. From what we discussed, leaders should establish, implement, and achieve academic standards, be instructional resource for the staff, create a school culture and climate conducive to learning, communicate the vision and mission of the school, set high expectations for their staff and themselves, develop teacher leaders, and develop and maintain positive relationships with students and staff and parents. Yes, leaders have a big responsibility to the other stakeholders, to the institutions, but let us not forget that as leaders, while taking good care of the school, the teachers, the parents, and the students, they also have to be aware of their own health. We all need one another. Leaders are there to guide, but the burden will become lighter if and when we lift it together. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the references I used. I recommend them to you since they are very useful. With that, let us encourage and let us be encouraged as leaders. We can make a difference. And now the challenge is, how would you provide the best real world leadership needed by our time? With that, have a great day.